Playo.tv live broadcasting.
Well, we're back for the third game of the day here in Havlíčkův, and the second time that Denmark will face off against Great Britain. Earlier today, we saw a pretty interesting game. The British won 5-2, and then following that was the Dutch 11-6 win over the Czechs. Now that means that Great Britain and Denmark finished tied for third and fourth, and they will play now. For the loser of this game, the tournament is over.
That's right. This is one out right now. We're entering that phase of the tournament, and really interesting that with all these teams, it's basically a back-to-back game against the same opponent for this. British and the Danish squads. One thing to look at today is that Darby pitched very well in the first. James Darby pitched very well in the first game. He'll be in center field, although he had what looked like a sprained ankle. He was walking around very gingerly, even in center field. He had to make a few planes, but it definitely did not look like he had full mobility. They put him back in center field for this. Obviously, they need his bat in the lineup, so we'll see if that will play a factor in this game. And for the Danes, we see the big hitter Anton Brown out in right field. That's a change from the first game. Brown, of course, hit the big opposite field home run in the first game. And they obviously want Brown's bat in, his left-handed bat in this lineup.
Well, we're seeing there Linton getting ready to pitch now. And we saw a bit of him pitching earlier today. And one thing we noticed, he was throwing pretty hard.
He was. Nice mix of pitches. Linton's now at 2.84 ERA. And we'll see if he's able to repeat the performance that Darby had earlier there today.
It's interesting, we're saying we were surprised at the time that when he got pulled out because he was injured, that they would put him in center field, because that seems like the last place you'd want somebody with mobility issues.
That's right.
So, but he's still out there. I mean, the funny thing was he had two balls hit to him almost right away, had one hit to him that he barely had to move on.
Well, we'll see if that plays a factor. I agree. I mean, if he has a hurt ankle, then put him at first base, put him at right field. Maybe not first base, but not center field. Well, you can already see a different level of intensity at this game. We know this is a one and you lose, you go home. So both teams from the bat showing a lot of energy.
And a 4-pitch walk. Terkelson on board. Linton trying to find the strike zone.
Linton, not the way he wanted to start off this game, especially when you've got these big hitters coming up behind Terkelson. Svein also had a very effective game yesterday, this morning.
Yeah, it seems like a while ago now, doesn't it? Svani Shores bunt. Linton's going to get it himself. Over to first base. It's Martin covering the bag. And the sacrifice works. Terkelson over to second.
Nice job there by Svein getting this ball down. We saw in the second game today a crucial moment for a bunt by the Dutch team. It was unable to bring that ball down and get it onto the field, popped it up. And although the Dutch ended up winning this game, it's at the time it seemed like a blow to their chances of getting some offense going.
Well, now another Terkelson, Fredrik Terkelson, coming to bat.
Torkelson was the
and they're going to put him on.
Designated player earlier. This is an interesting choice. Ulanau had some good at-bats earlier today, had some hard-hit balls.
It's interesting that you want to put 2 men on for Ulanau, though. Daniel Ulanau now coming to bat. That misses outside as Linton continues having trouble finding the corner.
Turkelson getting a big jump off of second base. I won't be surprised if they throw this ball down.
Outside, ball 2.
Well, the Danes are just going to wait this out and see if Linton will continue to put people on the bases. He's got to find it, of course. He's got to find the strike zone. Of course, you don't want to lay one in there with the hitter.
Well, that's the danger. If you keep missing the corner, you might try to get a strike by just throwing one over the heart of the plate. And there, Ulanau shows a little bit of what he can do even when he just gets a little piece of the ball.
Yeah, Ulanau was hoping for a center strike there. Linton just trying to get the ball over, but the ball actually sailed up a little bit into the strike zone, and there's no way Ulanau could have put that into fair.
Fouls it off again. 2-2. Foul back. 2-2.
Well, he fouled that. That was a high strike zone, high strike. He was able to foul that off. Not an easy pitch to foul, but he was right on that. Just got a little bit under it. Always a good sign when you foul this ball straight back.
Outside, ball 3. Full count. And the Danes continue to make noise down below us.
Oh, they're fired up, that's for sure. Ulanau hits.
Ball 4. So the second walk issued by Linton. Third, actually, but the one was an intentional walk.
Well, the Brits have to be really careful here. They don't want to let this game get out of hand right in the first inning.
Well, now, Jorgensen, the catcher, and followed by Brown, another player who can be dangerous.
Jorgensen's
saw him last game.
Exactly. This is getting extended middle of the order. Jorgensen is very dangerous, hitting 400.
He takes a big cut at that for a strike. They've been patient at the plate so far, but when you've got see those bases loaded, it gets really tempting to just wanting to take that ball for a ride.
That's right. But a good job laying off of that. If a pitcher's struggling to throw strikes, you don't want to help him in this situation, and especially when you've got Brown on deck, who's already done damage today.
The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Oh, they throw down to third base.
Snap throw down there. He pretended like he was going out to talk to the pitcher. And
well, he is talking to the pitcher, but he still doesn't. Does the third baseman still have the ball, or are they gonna try a hidden ball play? It's tough to pull off in softball when you can't lead off.
no, it looks like his glove is empty there.
Jurgensen back in the box. The 2-1 pitch coming. Bases loaded, 1 out. 3-1.
Nice job laying off that high heat. The Dane's showing some real patience here.
He's got to come in with a strike now. And he does. Bases loaded. Sorry, I mean full count. And bases loaded.
Only out so far, the sacrifice bunt.
Strike 3, that's a big strikeout for Linton, but he's not out of the woods yet.
Oh, big strikeout there. Even though you've got Brown coming up. He came back with 2 strikes there and gets the batter.
Well, it's big still with a guy like Brown not to bat. It takes away the sac fly.
This is a very difficult out here. Brown.
Swing and a miss. And Denmark with 2 out now, they are definitely not want to end this inning with nothing.
No, not with bases loaded, 1 out situation.
Oh, and 2, as Linton seems to be finding the strike zone now.
He's showing some real grit here, some toughness.
Foul tip, strike 3. Linton out of the jam.
And nice job there by Stockford hanging on to that ball.
So the Great Britain get out of a first inning jam. And now coming to bat.
Controlled hitting, everybody. Protect the zone, protect the plate, put the ball in play. Hit out, hit out.
Introduce the defense. Team Denmark. The pitcher Kim Hansen, the catcher Anders Jørgensen, first baseman Frederick Bertelsen, second baseman Jacob Berger, third baseman Anders Svein, shortstop Jacob Mortensen, left fielder Mikael Andersen, center fielder Valdemar Bertelsen, right fielder Anton Brown, DP Daniel Luanen.
Well, you see Kim Hansen going for his 8th inning of work today against Great Britain. So these batters have seen a lot of him today, and he's seen a lot of them. Who does that favor?
That's a good question. He was very impressive in the early innings. Seemed to tire a little bit, but they're going to ask him to go a few more at least.
Well, the first guy, well, they've actually changed up the batting lineup a little bit. Ryan Martin was leading off before. They've now moved him to number 2. Now, Para Stockford is going to be their leadoff hitter. But he did have some trouble with the top of the lineup in particular. He did not have trouble with the bottom of the lineup, and it looks like they have switched around the order a little bit so as to not have those few batters in a row.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe going for a little bit more balance in the lineup. Nopea Stockford at, I think was actually batting 9th in the first game. Now at the top of the order.
He was the designated player. First pitch from Hansen. High for a ball.
Now we're really seeing hearing the British dugout get into the game.
So, well, we saw Linton in the top half of the inning having trouble finding the zone early, but eventually worked his way out of there. So, Hansen behind 2-0 now. And that one's fouled straight back, and that was definitely in the zone.
That almost went right into the Danish dugout. Stockford just a hair above 300 in this tournament.
There are 2 Stockfords on this team. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The other Stockford, of course, is Kevin Stockford, and the catcher.
Who took a beating today, so we'll see how fresh his legs are. God, it can't be easy to catch 2 games in a row. 2 games in same afternoon.
Well, he had a few hours of rest, and imagine he was putting his feet up and just relaxing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after falling behind 2-0, Hansen battles back to get the strikeout.
Well, that's the Hansen we saw in the first game. He was coming in and attacking the batters, not letting the count get too deep.
But here is somebody who gave him all sorts of problems, though, in the first game, though. Ryan Martin.
Oh, Martin was on base a lot, hitting .524 this tournament.
He lays off that first pitch.
Hansen trying to get that off speed. He doesn't throw the off speed too often, but
I think Martin's a tough guy to pitch against because you don't want to serve something up to him because he can hit it hard, but you also don't want to walk him and have him on the base paths because he's pretty dangerous out there too.
That's right. He showed he had some speed today.
Two and one.
That's the pitch that Hansen has to get in the upper part of the strike zone if he's going to be effective. He's got to get that coming in, looking like a strike, and then floating up. Just like that.
That one does make it. And he hits that one into shallow center field. It's going to be Terkelson with the catch. Lazy fly ball, 2 away.
No problem there from Terkelson. Had plenty of time to get under that.
Richard Haldane now.
Haldane hitting the 3 spot now.
He had some big at-bats in the previous game with Martin on base. He's back behind him again. Little ground ball foul. That one did catch the inside corner.
Did he call that a strike? Oh, that was interesting.
He pumped the fist, I saw.
It's 2 and it's 1. Yeah, you're right. It's 1 and 2. A lot of times if the catcher doesn't hold on to that ball, umpire's hesitant to call a strike. Setting it way outside now. Nice spot. Oh, that was a beautiful spot.
Well, the catcher was set up outside though, so as you can see, Jurgensen asking the umpire.
He caught the ball inside. He set up outside, cut the ball a little bit inside from where he set up, but that nice.
Little ground ball. That's also going to be fouled on the third base side. Svane there.
Jorgensen being very active behind the plate, setting up left and right.
Swing and a miss. There's a pitch upstairs. So less of a gem for Hansen in that inning, but neither team puts any runs across, and that's the way it looked the last game too. We could be in for another pitcher's duel, 0-0 after 1.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Well, we just saw the two flags of these two teams fluttering in the breeze.
Yeah, it looks like the breeze, in fact, is blowing straight in from right field now.
Earlier it was coming in from left field. Jakob Mortensen is now leading off the top of the second inning for Denmark. Showed bunt there and took a ball.
Linton looks like he's settled down nicely after a couple of walks in the first inning. Nice change of pace there.
Yeah, takes a called strike there.
Mortensen.
Strike on the outside corner.
Mortensen with a big tournament so far, hitting .444. 615 on base percentage.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So another strikeout for Linton.
It's already 3 strikeouts.
So Jakob Berger, the second baseman, shows bunt and takes a ball low.
Berger had a nice hit in the first game, although he also saw the ball go under his glove for a run-scoring error in the
That's in there for a strike. 1 and 2. Ground ball to second base. played there by Martin over to Haldane for the out.
Easy play there for Martin. Nice little bounce, just flips it underhand to first base. We saw a lot of bouncing balls that made their way into the outfield in the earlier games today, but that one just didn't have the elevation to make it.
Yeah, we saw some high hops too that caught the infielders in some bad places. Now we have Mikkel Andersen, the left fielder. And that ball snaps into Stockford's glove so hard it sounds like a hit sometimes.
It does.
Sounds more like a wooden bat though. Fouled away, 1-2.
Anderson hitting .222.
Fights it off again.
He does have a home run this series, this tournament, so some power.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So, 2 more strikeouts for Linton that inning. 1, 2, 3, down go the Danes, still scoreless.
A lot of hits coming up. A lot of hits.
We're back for the bottom of the second inning. Kevin Stockford, the catcher, leading off for Great Britain. He pops up the first pitch and it bounces in fair territory, but has some backspin on it and spins foul.
Al Hansen really wanted to get that. That would have been a nice way to start the inning for a 1 pitch out.
Yeah. He would have rather that one stayed fair.
Especially since Stockford didn't even make a move for first base. So if somebody had just been able to touch it while it was in fair territory, you probably would have been able to easily throw him out.
Strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Well, we know Stockford has been hobbled by a bit of some injuries. I think there was a collision, a bit of a collision at home plate, which which seemed to bother him the rest of the game. We'll see if he's fully mobile there. He hits a high pop up to shortstop, and it's Mortensen under it to make the catch. Certainly didn't get as much of that ball as he wanted to.
Now you can see he's running very, very lightly on this. And he also he was hit by the ball. He was hitting the wrist on a pitch ball. Almost got him in the helmet.
Well, James Darby now, speaking of, he injured himself and he's hit a base hit down the left field line.
Yep. Just dumps it over the third baseman's head. No way he's going to. Maybe a healthy Darby would have thought about second base, but you can also see that has his troubles running as well.
Yeah. We see that one, yeah, just no chance for the third baseman. Even a healthy Darby, I don't think is one of the faster guys on the team, but there are certainly some players that would have tried it, though. Well, now Luke Peters, the left fielder. He came up with a couple of clutch hits in the last game. Well, a ground ball to shortstop. They'll get one at second base. Over to first base, not in time for the out. So they get the lead runner.
Good decision there to go for the lead runner, knowing that Darby's running a little bit slower. It still was a bang play, but definitely enough time on that one. Plenty of time. The transfer just missed at first base. Darby did take a slide into second base, so I guess he's feeling better than at the end of the first game.
Well, so now with 2 out and a runner on first base, it's now it's now Kyle Linton.
See if the Brits will be a little bit creative here. I don't think they're going to do it with Stockton at first base. Try to get him in scoring position. Hansen just going fastball here.
He hits down the right field line, but foul and out of play. Called strike on the outside corner, so 2-2. Hansen looking to get out of this inning with another K.
No doubt about that one, right on the corner.
And he does. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And now down go Great Britain in the bottom of the second inning.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Kyle Linton getting ready for his second inning of work, or rather his third inning of work. For Denmark, back to the top of the order, Voldemar Terkelsen.
Well, Terkelsen got on with a walk to start off this game. He has been one of the main forces for the Danish team, and he's been getting on base, although his bat has been pretty quiet in the first 2 games.
takes high ball one, so he's been very selective. In fact, he hasn't swung at a pitch. That was a 4-pitch walk when he started the game.
He came into today having 3 home runs, really being a long ball threat.
He swings at that pitch low, though.
Oh, nice job there by Linton. Go high, low, low off speed. Terkelson really looking to drive that ball.
That pitch is high, 2-1.
Terkelson's been able to lay off the high fastballs here in this at-bat. He was able to do that in his first at-bat as well. I saw he got his base on balls.
Low and away, 3-1.
That's the changeup, again falling out of the zone. It's quite deliberate pattern here by Linton, going high, fast, and low and away with the changeup.
That's in there for a strike. Terkelson looked like he was wanting to walk to first base, but that pitch looked like it was in there.
No doubt about that. That was a beautiful pitcher's pitch right on the corner. Right field playing very deep.
He puts the ball on the ground at third base. Takes a bad bounce off Davies. Looks like, I think it got him in the shoulder. And Terkelson is aboard.
Well, I got to give a hit on that one. We've seen some tough hops to third base today, and that was not among one of them. It almost went far enough past the shortstop that Terkelson was thinking about second.
We'll see it again. Called strike as Svane comes up again with a runner on first and nobody out.
Well, Svane came up in a very similar situation in the first inning, laid down a sacrifice bunt.
And he's going it again. They might try to go for second. They do not. But Terkelson's going to third, and he is dead.
He was out.
He's saying something. He's arguing something. He's pointing. I'm not sure what he's pointing at.
Pointing it at the second base umpire to say, you've got the better angle. They're going to confer, but...
Well, the throw was there in plenty of time.
The throw was there. The question is whether Terkelson saying he slid around the tag, and if the second baseman saw that, he's out.
We'll see here. We can get a look of it here. We didn't see the tag in that.
Well, on that kind of play, you have to be absolutely sure that the tag isn't made if you're going to reverse that call, because the ball, as you say, is in there plenty of time, and it looks like the tag is there in plenty of time too.
So some aggressive base running, but it costs the Danes. And they're now 2 out with nobody on base. After another good sacrifice bunt by Spane.
Yeah, this one was kind of straight back to the pitcher, but
Fredrik Terkelson takes a big cut at that one. 1-1.
Terkelson was able to get to second base in time, and then just made a strange decision to try to take third, but I can't double guess. Nice.
Ground ball foul on the first base side.
Nice off-speed pitch there.
I suppose he was trying to catch them, thought he might catch them napping a bit and not alert.
We also saw today that good things can happen if you can get the infield throwing the ball around. Maybe he was thinking force an error somehow.
He hits that one hard, and the third base coach, who I believe is his father, had a duck there.
That was almost straight between the shoulder blades.
So 1-2 now the count as Linton yet again a strike away from getting out of the inning. Popped it up, it's going to stay in the infield. Martin is under it, he's got it. And that's all for Denmark in the top of the third. They got the lead runner aboard, but Terkelson got on, but he ran himself out of the potential situation at third base there. So we're still scoreless in the middle of the third. Kim Hansen goes back to work in the bottom of the third, leading off. Wesley Knapp, designated player. We saw him as a pinch hitter in the last game. Ground ball. Hansen takes it himself over to first. Knapp does not get down the line very quickly and doesn't threaten that one very well. An easy put out.
Interesting decision that Knapp is playing after just getting 3 at-bats in the tournament. But some solid contact there, just back to the pitcher.
Now Josh Pete, the shortstop. And he gets a piece of that one, but it's going to stay within the range of Mortensen, and he gets under it for the second out. We're back to the top of the order now with Stockford.
He struck out the first time against Hansen. Wasn't fooled by that changeup, waited for it, but just fouled it back.
So 0-1 the count to Stockford after fouling off the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Hansen's doing a really good job of mixing up his pitches here. Fewer fastballs than the first game.
Ground ball, but right to first baseman Terkelson, steps on the bag and retires the side. So another quick inning, 1, 2, 3. We're still scoreless.
Playo.tv live broadcasting.
Top of the 4th inning, and it seems like the Danish dugout gets really excited every time Daniel Julinon comes up to bat. They call him Charlie. And he takes a ball.
Julinon had to walk his first time up, and it really looked like quite a threat in the first inning. He was on first. The bases were full with 1 out.
He pops it up. Peters going back on it. He looks, he's under it, and he makes a catch on the warning track.
But that one looked like it had a chance. It was carrying very well. I think it even may have surprised Peters for a little bit how much far it did carry. But
he looked like he had a beat on it, though.
So Cha-Cha Charlie flies deep to the warning track.
So Anders Jorgensen, as we're going to take another look at that fly ball. Oh, well, I guess we will later. No, we will. No, we won't. Called strike.
He struck out his first time up.
He pops that out, but it's going to go out of play.
There's actually a big strikeout coming with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Ball is low, 1-2. He hits that one deep to left field. I think that could go, and it does. It's a home run for Anders Jorgensen. And Denmark has struck first in this game. A solo home run to left field.
Well, there's no doubt about that one. It got out in a hurry. He wasn't fooled at all.
So back-to-back well-hit balls here in the 4th inning by the Danes. The first one caught on the warning track, but this one Peters had no chance on. Yeah, he knew this one was gone. Now Brown takes a ball.
Brown struck out in the first inning with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Earlier today, he hit a home run, opposite field home run to left.
Strike at the knees, 1-1. That one's high and tight. Three and one.
Brown also played sparingly in the first week of this tournament.
And he's aboard with a walk. So Jakob Mortensen now.
Mortensen struck out to start the second inning.
Shows bunt. Takes a strike. Infielders really moving in there.
Oh, they want to prevent this runner from going into scoring position. Try to keep this as a one-run game, but
Swing and a miss at a rising pitch.
outfield playing very deep and straight away.
Outside 1 and 2.
Mortensen with 1 home run this tournament.
He gets under that one. It looks like it's popped up. Stockford running in on it. Makes the catch. Brown not going anywhere.
Well, that was high enough that he was able to come in from deep right field and make a fine running catch.
Well, I think if he couldn't, Martin could have also had a play on it.
And he definitely had to run a ways for that one.
Yep. Of course, with a runner on base, it's always better with the outfielder taking that ball instead of the infielder because he's facing the right way.
Berger up. Now he had grounded out to second base to end the second inning.
Oh, 2, he's now behind. Linton looking to get out of this now. And he does. And Berger does not like that strike 3 call.
No, Berger better be careful.
You can say something sometimes, but dropping your bat or something, that's not...
You can say a lot, but you can't argue balls and strikes.
Well, especially doing something that everybody in the park sees. Sometimes you can say something and nobody hears it, so it doesn't show them up. But in any event, Linton gets out of the inning, but Denmark does get a run on this big blast you're seeing now by Jurgensen. So in the middle of the 4th inning, 1-0.
Oh.
Ryan Martin to lead off, bottom of the 4th inning for Great Britain. He was their leadoff hitter in the previous game.
Dropped down the second position. He hit the ball hard the first time out, flew out to center field.
He's always a tough out. The ground ball, Hansen's going to take this himself. Over to first for the out.
Hit off the plate, that one.
We've seen a lot of those ones go down and either hit the plate or very close to the plate and then chop way up in the air. Leave not much of a chance for the infielders, but Hansen didn't have much problem with that one. So Richard Haldane, with the bases empty.
Struck out his first time up. I tell you, the Brits haven't been able to muster much against Hansen. And aside from that home run, it's been a pretty good pitcher's duel.
He's going to get on base there. That's a single to right field. He goes.
Oh, nice. He just muscled that ball into right field.
Well, it was over the head of Berger and way too far in front of Brown. So Kevin Stockford.
Stockford popped up to the shortstop his first time up. Starting to make a little bit better contact against Hansen.
Foul back, 0-1.
There seems to be a good British following here in the stands.
Well, a few of the teams have had decent following. We saw the Dutch fans, some of them at the previous ones. Pitch was low. They are going to appeal. No swing.
Good call, good call. Nice change up there by Hansen, but Stockford didn't bite at that.
Owen away, and Haldane down to second base.
There's some discussion now between Stockton and the pitcher Hansen. I wonder if they're asking if it hit him. But
well, Stockton seemed to be shaking his head like no. He fouled that one back. There's no reason why Hansen would have wanted that to have hit him, though, because it wouldn't send the runner back.
No, I can't think of any reason why either. May have been a different question.
That one is low, and the count is full.
Well, we saw some critical pass balls in the second game today. We'll see if this pass ball have any relevance on the score.
And that is called third strike.
Oh, Stockford, I think, knew it. He tried to go to first base, but that was a beautiful pitch. Got Darby up now, probably the most dangerous hitter on the British side. He had a
He
single.
couldn't hold up the swing on that pitch.
He had a single his first time up and was forced out at second base.
Upstairs for a ball. Ground ball, shortstop, Martinson over to first base, Terkelson for the third out. So they do get a runner on base, but that's all. 1-0 Denmark after 4.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Mikkel Andersen will lead off the top of the 5th inning for Denmark. Oh, this game going by pretty quickly, less than an hour already in the 5th inning.
Anderson struck out his first time up.
Shows bunt. It's a strike. Pops it up. It's out of play. Outside 1-2.
That one kind of handcuffed the catcher, Stockford. I think he got mixed up there.
Another foul ball.
Danish bench being very vocal, cheering every minor success, including the foul ball, trying to get their batter pumped up to face this tough pitcher.
Got him chasing a low pitch for strike 3.
Second K of the afternoon for Anderson.
Now back to the top of the order with Voldemar Terkelsen.
5 Ks for Linton up to this point. Hansen has 4.
Foul back. 0-1.
Terkelsen with a walk his first time up, single the second time up, both times to start innings, but was stranded on base. One time trying to go from first to third on a sacrifice and thrown out at third base.
Fouls that one off as well.
Just trying to slap that ball by the infield. Big gap in right center. They're giving them all that ground.
Outside.
Nice pitch on 0-2.
Just gets a little piece of that one, but goes out to left field. Peters giving chase. Gets his glove on it, but can't hang on to it. And he's going to hold up at second base.
Well, long run for Peters in left field. It looked like he was going to make that play. He certainly had enough time. He had a beat on the ball. Just hit off, it looked like it hit off the heel of his glove.
We saw him make a nice catch on the warning track earlier in the game. He had to run a fair ways for that one. But as you say, it did seem like he had a beat on it. I don't know how they're going to score that, whether it'll be a hit or an error. Usually if you have to go that far, I don't know, I think it's a hit.
Yeah, that would have been a difficult play to make, but definitely a catchable ball there for Peters, and I'm sure he'd catch 19 out of 20 of those. Nonetheless, another runner in scoring position for Denmark, trying to add a little insurance here.
Oh, Svane now up to bat.
See if he bunts again for the third time.
He showed it, but he hits it. He slaps a single into left field, and they're going to wave Terkelson in. They're not even going to try to get him. They're just going to keep Svane to a single, which is probably the wise play there.
Nice bit of hitting there by Svane. It seemed like he was about to show bunt and just slapped the ball on a line to the left field Peters. And you're right, no chance of trying to get Terkelson coming home.
Well, I think he had the whole park thinking bunt, and that's why he pulled it off so well. Now Fredrik Terkelson.
Still only one out. See if they put... Fred Terkelson's walked and he's popped out to second base.
I believe his walk was an intentional walk, I think. He's ahead 2-0 now, so. Takes a big cut at that one though, 2-1. And he hits that one hard to right field. It's going to find the gap, and it's going to be extra bases. We're probably going to see Svane score here. Terkelson holds up at second. Svane scores from first base on the double to right field by Fredrik Terkelson.
Now the Danish bats have really come alive in this inning. Lots of gap balls. The miscatch in left field looms a little bit large here. It could have been an out, but Denmark pouncing on that.
No chance for an out on that. That was right in the gap, that last one.
No, that was absolutely drilled to the gap, the right spot. Of course, we got Darby out there, who is not fleet of foot after twisting his ankle in the first game, so any gap ball there is going to be an instant double. Svane not even looking back, not even hesitating, knowing that ball is going to be in the gap.
Well, so the score is now 3-0, 1 out. Top of the fifth inning, and Daniel Julianon up to bat. With Terkelson at second base.
Julianon's also walked and he flew out to left field.
It doesn't get easier in this lineup now. Of course, we see Jorgensen on deck. He pops that one up. It's going to get out of play.
Nice cut there by Julianon. That was a ball he could drive low in the zone. No action here in the British bullpen.
High, 2-1. He chases that one upstairs, 2-2. That gets away. Terkelson going out of the third, and it almost got him because it ricocheted off the backstop right back to the catcher.
That looked like they were going to get him. I think the third baseman, Davies, was a little bit surprised and wasn't ready for that throw.
He was a bit in front of the base, but that came right off. Again, one of those poles there, when it hits though, it comes back with speed, and it came
basically right back to the pitch, to the catcher.
Right back to him. He didn't even have to move. Ulenon lays off that one and he walks. So now first and third. The dreaded first and third situation.
And another conference with a first and third.
Yeah, we see a lot of conferences in that situation. Not just because it's first and third, but also because Jorgensen's up to bat.
It really seems like the key to success here is laying off that high fastball. If you're able to do that, if your team is able to do that consistently, the pitcher's got to bring it down, you're able to hit. That's the formula for success we've seen today.
Well,
Jorgensen's had...
Denmark has a runner now for Jorgensen, for Ulenon. Elsner, the runner at first base.
Jorgensen started off the scoring today with a long home run to left field. So he's exactly the person the Danes one up in this situation. Still only one out.
Strike right down the middle. High, ball 2.
Outfield very deep, straight away.
Pops it up. Is it going to stay in? No, it's not. Inside, full count, 1 out. And he hits that one into left field. That's going to score a run. Maybe 2. No, it's only going to be 1. As they hold up, they throw to second base. Jorgensen with a rather awkward double.
That was interesting. It was almost like Peters was daring him to take second, then threw it just a little bit late. Don't know why he didn't throw directly to second when he knew that the runner at third had stopped.
But kind of lost a lot. The ball lost a lot of speed. Well,
they're playing so deep that anything dumped over the infield like that, there's going to be a long run for the outfielder. And absolutely no problem for the runner at first to go to third on that.
He actually would have easily been in a second if he didn't stall there halfway. In any case, it's 4-0 now for Denmark, as this game that was a pitcher's duel for so long, and it still is, you could say, but the Britain right now has to be careful this one doesn't get away from them.
Yeah, Brown can open this one right up. I mean, I've seen this kid do it in different tournaments, and one swing of the bat and he can change the game.
Takes a strike. Oh. Goes to the backstop. Run's going to come in to score. That was Elsner, the pinch runner. Jorgensen to third.
Well, the backstop giveth and the backstop taketh away on that occasion. The ball actually hit directly behind the catcher and just ran along the screen all the way down the first base side. No problem at all for the runner at third to score.
Well, the funny thing about some of the backstops you see here is there instead of a screen, it's just mesh net that can do some strange things sometimes.
And that was exactly what happened. The catcher ended up feeling the ball in front of the Denmark dugout.
Well, it's now 5-0, and we have a pitching change now, and we have Darby coming in. So we'll see if he's able to pitch. If he's physically able to pitch, I mean.
Yeah, he had actually was lying on the ground for quite a while after taking his last pitch in the first game. You wonder if he got some treatment for that ankle, and maybe he's wearing some support on it now. But he definitely didn't look when he went down that he would be able to pitch again today.
Well, they probably started Linton today with the thought that they wanted to at least rest him for the rest of the day and see how it is tomorrow. But of course, if they don't win this game, there is no tomorrow. And
he's being very careful right now, filling in the holes. That was exactly the problem that he had.
Well, the thing is, because he has that weird hop when he pitches, so that can be tough on the ankle, I think.
And he's not coming in with a clean slate. He's got to face Brown with a runner on third.
That's always the dilemma of a relief pitcher, huh? Right into the fire.
Hey, we've done this before. We were down 7-0 when we came back.
We can hear the manager for the British team saying, we've done this before. We were down 7-0 and we came back. Though I'm not sure that the team that they were down 7-0 against was at this quality.
Well, they did score runs against Denmark earlier today. But they scored 5, and that's exactly what they're going to need to at least prolong this game past 7 innings. But the first things first, they've got to stop the bleeding right now. They've got to make sure no more runs come in. And
that's right. They are going to play with the shortstop and second baseman back, but I don't know. At this point, I would put them right up and right level with the first and third baseman.
Ground ball. Especially when you consider the speed of Jorgensen, he could be a run that you could cut down at the plate if you get it hit the way you want.
We saw the Czechs earlier today come back with 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the lead was just insurmountable against the Dutch.
Well, yeah, they were down by 7 going into that inning. They got 2 back. Foul tip. And that's a big strikeout for Darby, the first batter he faced.
That is 2 strikeouts now for Brown. And Brown's going to go and run. So a little bit more speed at third base as a pinch runner.
Yeah, we're gonna have Jorgen Mortensen, the shortstop.
He struck out and he flied out to left field earlier.
Fouls off the first pitch, but he's behind that one. Pops it up and it's going to stay in. It looks like Darby's going to take it himself, or is it Stockford? Stockford takes it in foul territory. So that's the end of the inning. But Denmark get another couple of runs, and they now lead 5-0. Britain down to their last 9 outs.
Let's go, boys!
Well, Kim Henson, 5th inning of work. Peters up to bat, Luke Peters.
Well, Hanson's done an incredible job today to go through this British lineup the way he has in 2 games. And here, the second one, throwing a shutout after they've seen everything he has to offer.
Well, he's been better this game than he was earlier today. He did have some troubles in that game at certain points. And that's probably what the British team is thinking right now, like saying, come on, we can hit this guy. We know we did it earlier today. On the count.
Peters would love to get on here and atone a little bit for that missed catch in left field, the running catch.
He's actually been pretty busy defensively out there in left field today. It's a called strike, the count now full.
Nice pitch there by Hansen, right on the border.
Ground ball to third base. Svani over to first base, Terkelson the out.
Second ground out of the day for Peters. Hit the ball hard the first time.
Takaya Linton now batting.
Linton, his first time up, struck out. Only 1 time up so far today. It's been a fast game.
He hits a ground ball too, but that one's well foul. didn't look like he really wanted to swing at that one.
Oh, that
he
was
got a piece of it.
That was a nice off-speed pitch. He was very fooled, just trying to make contact. And now 2 strikes and a ball.
Two and two. Full count.
Just missed with that one.
Linton stays alive. We get lower into the British batting lineup. Wesley Knapp on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Linton really not even close to that one.
Second strikeout of the day for Linton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th for Hansen.
The ground ball, Hansen will take it himself. Over to first base for the out, he gets out of another inning. So we head to the top of the 6th. Denmark in front, 5-0.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Pinch hitter here, Anders Lorentzen up to bat for Denmark. Batting for Berger. And he's behind 0-2 already. He holds off of that one, 1-2. Two and two.
Lawrence's hit 600 this tournament. He's been up 5 times.
And he gets a piece of that one, but it's foul out of play.
Long foul ball.
Of course, we hear a lot of inflated batting averages by some guys. got to remember, some of these games had scores like 15-0, 11-1, so a lot of these guys racked up a lot of hits in those games.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Lawrenson had a home run.
Alexander Lawrenson hits it hard to right field, but it looks like Stockford is under it and he makes the catch.
Well, he gave that a ride to right field. Sounded like it was going perhaps even further when it came off the bat, but perhaps a little bit too much under it.
Well, if he'd hit it more of a line drive, it would have been a base hit anyway. Fouled back. Anderson.
Anderson struck out twice today.
Throws bunt, misses, 0-2. Low and away. Fouled on off the ground and then off the catcher, Stockford's mask. Well, he's gonna have some ice bags tonight, I think.
Without a doubt.
Two and two. He hits that one hard to right field. It does drop in front of Stockford for a long single as he gets that one in quickly.
It was a strange deke by the right fielder there. Put his glove up as if he were going to catch it. So, but with no other runners on base, I guess he was just trying to hold the runner from running hard to first base. Oh, nice hit by Anderson.
I'm not sure if there was a chance. I mean, if it was a really fast runner, sure. So Valdemar Terkelsen back to the top of the batting lineup.
He's had a big day.
Swing and a miss as Darby takes something off of that pitch.
Got on base in the first inning and then again in the second inning. Second time up got a single. First time up a walk. And then he got the double, scoring on an error. He was actually the one that hit it to Peters in left field. It started everything off last inning.
Now apparently that was not fouled off, but it did hit off the glove of Stockford and went to the backstop.
Well, one out now. Runner in scoring position. You got Terkelsen up.
And
good chance to tack onto this lead.
Right, and Britain, they just cannot give up any runs this inning. The 3-1 ground ball to second base. Haldane to Linton for the out, second out.
Nice play by the second baseman. Haldane at second now. It looked like at first that ball might have a chance to reach the outfield, bounce over his head.
Well, that would have been a run for sure if that had happened. As it is, they're not out of the woods.
They finally get Turkelson out. And now they got Svana, who's had that big hit after sacrificing the first 2 times up. Both times not producing any runs, but then he had that big hit to score Turkelson.
Inside, ball 2. Right in there for a strike. Darby's come up with some big strikeouts today, and this would be a time to get one for sure. Although any way of getting him out. Hit back up the middle, it could be trouble. Great play by the shortstop, Pete, with a scoop and the throw to first.
Oh, that was a really nice play. That ball was doing strange things, and he barehanded that. Only chance was to barehand it. Got it to first base in time, so.
To save a run.
Absolutely.
So that gives Britain something to hope for, as they will have their 9, 1, and 2 batters due up here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bat around, guys, bat around. Bat around, everybody's space. Josh, you meet Josh.
To the bottom half of the 6th inning, Josh Pete, who had just made a great play at shortstop to help his team, saved a run, and now he's up to bat. And he hits it hard to right field. Could be trouble, and it gets a fair ball, barely fair. He's got a triple at least. Is he going to be held to third? Are they going to send him? No, he's a triple to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. So what a 6th inning for Josh Pete.
Well, right down the line there, could have been better placed. Practically hit on the right field line, but with enough power to get by the right fielder. And smart decision to hold him at third base, especially down 5-0.
Well, Brown was chasing that one down. That's a tough play for him, though.
And look, it just hits right on the line. No question to hold the runner there.
Well, down by 5, yeah. So now the top of the order coming up with Stockford. It's Napera Stockford.
Hansen wants that pitch. He's asking what was wrong with that, and I have to agree that seemed to maybe have mixed up the catcher a little bit, but that ball was a strike.
Well, Stockford can go now. Then you've got Martin and Haldane, the next 2 batters. They could be the start of something. 1-1.
We have to think that was a try to bunt for a hit, because you're not going to be giving up outs at this time.
Well, the infield was not playing for a bunt at all, so we maybe saw a chance for that. But you don't want to trade. Britain is not in a situation where they want to trade outs for runs.
Absolutely not. Got to get more base runners on base any way you can.
And he hits it right at the second baseman. It could be trouble. They get the out at first base. A run does score, so it's 5-1. Berger kept that one in front of him and made the play.
Nice play by Berger, keeping his body in front of that. Another tough hop, but the Danes will gladly trade or run for an out at this point. And that ball was hard hit, so could have easily gotten through. I almost threw it away.
Threw it away, yeah. Well, now Ryan Martin with the bases empty.
Martin flew out to center field in the first inning and grounded out to first base. Hard hit shot to the first baseman.
Fouls that one back. He had a huge game earlier today, and they would dearly like another big hit from him now. Low, 2-1.
British dugout trying to get something going here.
Right back up the middle. It is going to get through for a single.
Nice hit there by Martin. Even if the shortstop had been able to get a glove on that, he would be on first base.
No, good effort there by Mortensen, but even if he come up with that, there was no chance. And now Haldane up to bat.
Well, 1 out. If they can get another run this inning, they've knocked it down to 3.
They've got the middle of the order coming up.
Haldane's struck out his first time up and then had a single to right field.
Takes a called strike. He's behind 0-2. I have to think the Danes are just going to ignore Martin right now and just concentrate on the game at the plate. A hit, and that one gets through. Martin's going to try for third. He will get there. And we have now first and third with 1 out.
Well, looked like that was going to be a playable ball, maybe even a double play ball.
It was hit sharply, but not out of the range of Mortensen, it didn't appear.
No, it seems like Mortensen just made a stab at that. Didn't have time to get his body over, but it wasn't that late of a bounce where it looked like he was reading it fine, but just somehow eluded his glove and went into left field.
Well, they've still got a ways to go. They're still not in a position yet where they're bringing the tying run to the plate. But we just saw there now the Danes with a defensive conference. They don't want to let this get away. And, well, you heard the coach talking earlier about they came back from 7-0 before. We have seen strange things happen before. I remember a game between Croatia and Italy once where they were down 5-0, then scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. No, here's a little ground ball in the infield. Berger gets the out at first. He's assisted on both outs this inning so far. A second British run scores, but they're now 2 out.
Stockford's really limping. He herring down that line, is going as fast as he could, but
well, I don't think there's any question if he had got on base there would have been a pinch runner. Here's Darby up to the plate. So the score 5-2, 2 out, bottom of the 6th inning. Outside, 1-1. As we can see there, Aswani, the pinch runner on second base. For Haldane. Mighty swing and a miss there.
Yeah, Darby really wanted to bring the Brits within a run on that swing.
He was thinking splash in the river, I think. And he strikes out to end the inning. So Britain does get 2 back, but they would have liked more, and it looked like there was a chance they could have got more.
Yeah, it looked like it there, but well, Danes have to be pleased to get within striking distance now in the last inning, and the Brits, the Brits have to be pleased to be getting within striking distance.
So we'll be back with the 7th inning shortly.
Look good, guys. Hey, how about that? Huh?
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Well, we're getting ready for the 7th inning here, and this will be the 14th inning these two teams have played today, and after 13 innings, they're tied 7-7 so far.
Yeah, this has been a back and forth affair all day. The Danes look like they're going to be on the winning end of it if they can hold this up.
Well, they gave up a couple runs there in the bottom of the 6th. This is their last chance at bat of the game, provided it doesn't go longer, and they wouldn't mind tacking on another run or two if they get the chance to. Fredrik Terkelson to lead off.
Well, he had that big double.
Did he hang up? Did he hold up there? They're going to check.
No, he went around. That was a good call by the umpire.
Yeah. So 0-1 the count.
Linton starting it off with a changeup in the dirt.
Outside. Two and one.
Oh, Denmark would love to get a base runner here, put him in scoring position, and tack on one extra insurance run. 4 is much more comfortable than 3 going into the last half of the 7th inning.
And they walk him, a leadoff walk for Terkelson. So Ulenon coming up, and see Denmark's at the part of the order where they certainly can tack on another run or two.
Ulenon had a nice day, a walk and a fly out, and
One and oh.
No outs. We may see a bunt here.
You think they'll bunt with Ulenon up to bat?
Put Fred Terkelson into scoring position. Doesn't look like they're going to go for it. especially with Ullens swinging a hot bat.
Fouls that one off, just fights it off.
That was right off the handle. I thought that actually hit his hand.
It didn't look, from the expression on his face, it didn't look like that one felt good. He gets under that one, and that one could go. Peterson under it. No, that's a home run, and Peterson crashed into the fence.
Wow.
That just barely cleared the fence, though.
Great effort by Peterson. It looks like he may have hurt his arm a little bit, but what a blast to the opposite field.
Just shows the strength he has.
And that's
So another 2 runs for Denmark, and they've got those 2 runs back.
Look at
opposite
that.
field. Just over that. A good effort. I don't know if he knew he was that close to the fence.
Oh, that couldn't have felt good. Have your arm over there. Looks like he's okay, though.
That is going to make things very tough for Britain today.
Well, they just erased the runs that they got last inning.
Jurgensen now up to the bat, and it takes a strike.
He's had a home run today as well.
Yeah. And he hits that one hard, too. That's going to stay in the park.
Oh, what a
Is
catch.
Martin, and he makes a great catch there.
That was beautiful. That ball was almost past him. Wonderful diving catch out in center field. Here we see it again. Great jump. That looked like gap all over.
Yeah, it definitely looked looked like extra bases.
Brown has struck out and walked today. He struck out twice, actually, and walked. He had a home run earlier today, also to the opposite field.
Fouls that one off his foot.
Oh, he wants that one back. He was on that changeup.
High and inside. 3-1.
Darby's not happy with that call. He thought he hit a corner there.
So full count now. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. The throw to first base. In time for the out, 2 away.
Nice change up there. Brown strikes out for the 3rd time today. this game.
Well, I guess it's fortunate that it hasn't been costly. With Mortensen now up to bat.
Mortensen has struck out, flied out to right field.
Is that his bat?
Popped out to the catcher.
That pitch looked inside and hit his bat. Oh, they're showing the count as 2-0. Didn't chase that one outside, 3-0. Ball 4.
We have another pinch hitter. Is that
No, that's Berger.
Berger back in?
Yeah, fouls it off himself.
Lawrenson had pinch hit for him.
Yeah, but he was back out the last inning because he made a couple of plays, defensive plays
Right.
there. He obviously wanted Berger out there for his defense. He had a tough game earlier today against Britain, but he's made up for it today. He's had a very good game defensively today. Did he chase that pitch? They say yes, he did chase that pitch in the dirt. 1-2.
Darby one strike from getting out of this inning and giving the Brits one more chance with a 5-run deficit.
Throw to second. He does avoid the tag there. And they say they also appealed whether that was a swing. They say no.
Darby had almost made it all the way back to the dugout. He thought it was a strike.
The 2-2, 2 out. Fouled it off. Just does get a piece of it. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the end of the top of the 7th. However, Denmark tack on 2 more runs there and have restored their 5-run lead. And the Brits have their work cut out for them. And as we saw there, that 2-run homer by Daniel Julinon. Peter's giving good chase, so 7-2 into the bottom of the 7th, the Brits with their backs against the ball.
Number 10, Peters.
Luke Peters has had a busy day in left field.
Well, he certainly has. It's been an eventful day for him. He's hit into a fielder's choice, and he's grounded out, but
He pops that one up. Looks like center field under it. Terkelsen makes the catch for the first out. So Britain now down to their last 2 outs. Takaya Linton, who started this game as the pitcher, now playing first base.
he's struck out twice today.
Get another look at that fly ball to center field. Valdemar Terkelsen with the easy catch. You can see he's excited there. He knows his team is 2 outs away from advancing into tomorrow's game. Now the winner of this game, which as it stands right now looks like it'll be Denmark. We don't want to discount anything. But they would play the loser of tonight's Netherlands-Czech Republic game tomorrow. Swing and a miss from Linton. That game will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow, with the final at 6 p.m. The winner of tonight's game between the Czechs and the Dutch would advance straight to the final. So Linton goes down swinging for the 3rd time today.
Well, Anson is just throwing fastballs down the middle of the plate at this point.
Hard to believe he's doing that. Hard to believe he's still got anything left. It looked like in the 6th inning he might have been tiring a bit.
And this is a nice time for a pitcher because you've got the shadows and the sunlight. The ball has to pass through from the sunlight to the shadows. Never easy for a hitter.
Wesley Knapp now. You can see, I mean, he's still competing hard, even though his team's up.
That's a tough call.
He probably doesn't want to throw any more pitches than he needs to at this point. Here's a ground ball to 3rd base. Routine play for Svane to Terkelsen. And that's the game. So Denmark wins 7-2.
A convincing win.
That was after getting beaten by Great Britain 5-2 earlier today. So a big bounce back performance by them. Big bounce back from Hansen and from some of their hitters who came up really big today.
Well, we'll see if they can produce this kind of game later in the tournament.
So Great Britain now, their tournament is done. They finished 4th place. Coming up next, starting in about 1 hour, will be the Czech Republic and the Netherlands. And remember, that game, the winner of that game will advance directly to tomorrow's final.
Playo.tv live broadcasting.